DeSoto and the DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast present Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life.
Again with $1,000 for one of our couples, and if any of them say the secret word, the duck will fly down and pay him $100. The word tonight is hat. George, who's first?
Groucho, Dr. Primitiva Demandente and Mr. Jeff Barnhart are waiting to talk to you, so folks, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Dr. Primitiva Demandente, huh?
That's right.
That's a very interesting name, Doc. Where are you from?
I was from...
Oh, you're the doctor.
I'm the doctor.
Oh.
That's right, Groucho. I came from Iloilo in the island of Panay in the Philippines.
Did you have any particular reason for coming to this country?
Yes, I was awarded a 4-year scholarship in medicine at the University of Michigan at Ann Arbor.
Are you married, doctor, or is your pulse normal?
Well, I think my pulse is normal now. I have been married 13 years to the same man.
Oh. You regard him now with equanimity, is that it?
I think so.
How did you meet Mr. Demandente?
Well, Groucho, that's really my name, my professional name. His name is Aspirin.
And actually, you're Dr. Aspirin, huh?
Well,
That's pretty hard to swallow, isn't it? You give fast, effective relief?
Oh, I think so. I hope so, anyway.
I hope so, too. Where is your office, Doc?
In Wilmington, Groucho, in the Los Angeles harbor.
Oh, well, that's the place for a dock, down in the harbor. Well, do you specialize in anything that I might be interested in?
Well, you might. I do general practice, but I sort of specialize in obstetrics and pediatrics.
Well, that pretty near lets me out. Although lately I have noticed that I've had a strange craving for pickles and ice cream. And I'm always cross in the morning. And cross in the evening, too, of course. And in the afternoon. And who are you? You're Jeffrey Barnyard?
Barnhart.
Oh, what is it?
Jeff Barnhart.
Barnhart.
That's right.
I don't see very well. I thought it said Barnyard there. You're a pretty healthy-looking lad, Jeff. How old are you?
77, Groucho.
77? Must be some miracle drugs you're taking. I thought you were about 8 years old. How do you explain your youthful appearance, Jeff? Is it lots of wine, women, and song?
No, Groucho. Outdoors. Working outdoors. I work horses. I rode horses all my life. In fact, I rode horses before I was born.
Before you were born?
My mother rode...
That's quite a trick at that.
My mother rode from Paducah, Kentucky on a Tennessee walking horse, side saddle, to her father's 35-mile, and after I was born, she rode back with me in her arms. That's how near I came being born on a horse.
Is that so? Well, did the doctor spank you, curry you, or slap a brand on you? You say it was a Tennessee walking horse?
Yes, sir.
Is that the fellow who rode Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? Jeff, are you still working with horses?
Yes, Groucho. I'm what you call a horse psychiatrist.
A horse psychiatrist?
Right.
You must have the biggest couch in town. I suppose you get a lot of horses whose wives are nags, huh?
Oh, yes, very much. Very many.
Well, do you seriously mean that horses have emotional problems?
Well, they do.
Really?
Sure.
Well, suppose somebody brings a horse to you. Now, how do you go about analyzing him? Can you tell anything about him by just looking at him?
Yes, you can.
You can, huh?
Yes. You can tell by looking at his big white around his eyes and a little narrow between the eyes on the skull.
Well, thank you not to get personal, Mr. Barnhart. You're speaking of the one I love, me. Well, I'd like to go on continuing this, but the time has come to play You Bet Your Life. Now, remember, we start you off with a bale of hay. No, I mean $100. You miss a question, you lose half your bankroll. Now, we want one answer between you on all these questions. This is a spelling quiz. Now, what do you want to start with?
70.
70. You spell the word jealousy, meaning grudging, envy, mistrust, or envious suspicion.
Jealousy. Jealousy.
That is absolutely precisely correct.
Now have $170.
Now, you can go on to a harder word or an easier one. 80. Spell the word immaculate, meaning pure, spotless, without flaw, like me.
Immaculate. Immaculate. Immaculate.
You're a credit to the University of Michigan.
You now have $250.
Now, what do you want to say? Spell the word genealogy, meaning the history of a person, family, or group.
Genealogy. Genealogy. Genealogy.
Are you sure you didn't go to Rutgers?
You now have $340.
Yes, you have. Now, you can go for 100. 100. Spell the word exhilarate, meaning to make merry, to gladden, cheer.
Accelerate. EXHILARATE. Accelerate.
You're a very sharp cookie.
And you went all the way. You wind up with $440. Right now, however, we have some more people for you to meet, Groucho. A couple of young people, Cassandra Costello and Desmond Slattery. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Now, let's see. Cassandra Costello and Desmond Slattery. Those names are certainly euphonious. They're about as phonious as any I've ever heard. Cassandra, what is your real moniker?
That's my true name.
That's your true name, eh? Well, that's a very pretty name.
Thank you.
Why did your parents tag you with a name like that?
Oh, it's from Greek mythology.
Oh. Where are you from, Cassandra?
St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Mo, huh? Did you know Harry Truman? No, he's from Kansas City, isn't he? What did you do in St. Louis?
I lived there all my life. I went to school there, and I finished college and went to dramatic school.
Oh. You're an actress?
I hope to be. I'm studying drama now.
Oh. And let's see now. Your name is Jeff Barnyard?
No, my name is Desmond Slattery.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Your name is Desmond Slattery, and your name is Cassandra Costello. Now we've got it all straight. Desmond, the first thing I want to ask you is, what is the reason for your long locks? Do you object to the big prices and small talk you get from the average barber?
No, I'm preparing to be Robin Hood.
Well, I'm preparing to be Napoleon. But I don't go around with my hand on my stomach. In what way are you preparing to be Robin Hood?
I'm preparing to do a television and film series when color comes.
Really? Well, isn't Robin Hood already on the air? Is that you?
No, that's not me. But I intend to be ready when the color version, with the color version.
Oh. Well, let's get some of your background, Desmond. Where are you from? Are you desperate, Desmond?
No. I'm desperately working on this project, but I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
Oh. What happened in Wichita that...
Well, I was born there, and I went to school there, and that's where I got my first taste of the theater.
I got my first taste of the theater in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Some wise guy in the audience hit me in the mouth with a squash. I was singing Love Me and the World Is Mine at the time. I care not for the stars that shine. Bing, came the squash. You're a very interesting couple, and I wish both of you the best of luck with your respective careers. Now, let's hope you win some money.
In the race for the $1,000, the first couple won $440, and the secret word is hat.
Thumbnail movie quiz. I'll give you a brief synopsis of some famous movies. You give me the title of the pictures. Some of these go back quite a way. And remember, the more the question is worth, the tougher it is. How much you want to start with?
$100.
$100. Victor McClellan got an Oscar for his portrayal of a man who betrayed his friends during the Irish Rebellion. What picture was it?
The Informer.
That's right, The Informer.
You now have $200.
The ones are easy. 90. In 1949, Brod Crawford scored as a man who rose to power in politics by letting nothing stand in his way. What was the name of this picture?
All the King's Men?
Absolutely correct.
You now have $290.
Now what, 80? One of Jane Wyman's best roles was that of a shy little mute who fell in love with a young doctor. What was the name of this picture?
Her name was Johnny Belinda, wasn't it? Johnny Belinda?
Johnny Belinda is right.
You now have $370.
Now, what do you want this time? It's your last chance to beat the other couples. $70. In 1948, Olivia de Havilland appeared as an inmate of a mental hospital. What was the name of that picture?
The Snake Pit.
Snake Pit is right.
And you wind up with $440. Groucho, we have a housewife on deck for you now. She's Mrs. Dorothy Strout.
Well, shiver my timbers.
I won't bother to introduce her partner. I'm sure you'll recognize him. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Say the secret word and... You say the secret word, you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day.
Okay.
Well, from that applause, Fenneman wasn't exaggerating when he said we had somebody who needed no introduction. It's a great honor to have you here tonight, Mrs. Strout. Well, let's see. Who are you again?
My name is Liberace.
Oh, Liberace. Well, give me 5.
Hello, Groucho.
No, for a minute, I thought you were Governor Knight. Lib, we're glad to have you here.
Oh, it's a
You
great
don't object
thrill.
to me calling you Lib, huh?
Not at all.
As a matter of fact, I'm a prominent member of the Liberace fan club.
Well, that's wonderful.
Last year, I was voted chief candle snuffer. What name do you vote under, Libby?
Well, actually, I believe I'm the only citizen in the United States allowed to vote with one name.
You vote just under one name?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where we differ. I vote under 12 different names. What do your intimate friends call you, Lib?
Oh, they call me Lee.
Lee. Well, that's nice. That's good enough for me. And Mrs. Strout, you have the honor of standing on the lee side of Liberace. Are you married, Dorothy?
Yes, I am,
Oh.
Groucho.
Sorry to hear that. I was going to see if I could make some business here tonight, huh? What do you think of Lee's piano playing, Dorothy? And remember, he's like me. He's a very sensitive artist.
Well, I think he's a wonderful pianist. I particularly like his recording of Ave Maria.
Thank you.
Oh. Your success has been one of the most extraordinary and biggest in the history of show business. How do you explain this rapid rise? A natural affinity for money?
Well, actually, Groucho, I spent 17 years studying, and I used to practice on the average of 8 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, I know you make a lot of money, and I really don't think that's why you're popular, because I think the audience suspects an innate goodness in you that they see in your face and eyes and everything, and that's why I think you're so popular.
That's
Really,
very
this is
nice.
true.
Thank you.
I haven't seen your picture yet, but how is it going, Lib?
Sincerely yours.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed that the critics and the people who did see it liked it very much. There's only one thing wrong with the whole thing is there's not enough people going to see it. And
But what do you attribute this to? If the picture is good and they like your personality, why aren't they going to see it? Do you think it's television that's keeping them home?
Well, no, it reminds me very, very much of some of the other phases of my career. They all started kind of slow. I didn't mushroom overnight like a lot of people think I did. I was on television many, many times before I hit, you know. And the same thing with nightclubs. I used to have managers come to me and say, "You do such a wonderful act. It's too bad you don't do any business, you know." And then later on...
Did the manager say this the second night or just the first night?
Well, I usually had a pretty good ironclad contract, so he couldn't let me out. But
Well, I don't understand. You toured America a few months ago, and you did enormous business in a personal appearance.
That came after several years of not so full houses, too.
Is it true you actually live in a piano?
Well, not actually, but there are a lot of things in my house that are piano-shaped, tables and picture frames and swimming pool, and have a collection of miniature pianos that started when I was 7 years of age. Paderewski gave me a little piano that he sent to me from Budapest, and I was so thrilled with it at the time that other friends in show business that I met later in life always would remember me with little pianos. And I also have two concert grand pianos that I use in my work.
What about, have you ever heard Irving Berlin's tribute to a piano?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
I wouldn't sing it the whole song, but I'd sing you a chorus if I could borrow a guitar from the orchestra. I understand you play guitar, too, huh?
No, I don't.
No?
I just hold it.
Well, that's practically what I do, but I can play a few chords. For this, he took drama at Stanford. Now, I don't know. Just a chorus, I'm going to give you one. I love a piano. I love a piano. I love to have somebody play upon a piano, a grand piano. It simply carries me away. I know a fine way to treat a Steinway. I love to run my fingers o'er the keys, the ivories, and with the pedal, I'd love to meddle when Paderewski comes his way. I'm so excited, if I'm delighted, to hear that long-haired genius play. Keep your fingers, keep your bow, give me a P-I-A-N-O-O-O. I love to sit right besides an upright or a high tone baby grand. Well, Leb, it's really been fun talking to you.
I wish I could do that song, but I couldn't use it because, you see, I play the Baldwin, and that doesn't rhyme.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Berlin would be happy to change the lyric for you, huh? Well, it's been a lot of fun talking to you two, and I wish we had more time, but unfortunately, we got to get down to serious business, which is the money. This is the sordid part of our show. Now, Lee, you've got a chance to get rich on our quiz here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with this miniature fortune if you should win?
Well, actually, Groucho, I'm here in the interest of the Heart Fund. This is a very worthy organization, the Heart Association, that needs the help of not only people like myself, but people all over the country. And I would like to appeal to your many, many listeners to give generously to the Heart Association, because this is one crippling disease that has killed more people than all other combined causes. And if I should be fortunate enough to win some money tonight, I'm going to give it to the Heart Association.
Well, point of information, where do the listeners send their contributions?
To their local postmaster.
Well, that's a worthy cause, and I'm all for it. And if I'd known you were going to give your money to the Heart Fund, I'd have let you pick a musical category. But obviously, that wouldn't be fair to our other contestants, because you're real experts on music.
In the race for the $1,000, the first two couples are tied with $440 each.
Now, what do you want to start with? All the way from 10 to 100. 70?
70 was.
All right. Little Neck and Cherry Stones. What kind of seafood?
Clams.
Clams is right.
Off to a good start, you have $170.
Now what?
80.
All right. The leek, L-E-E-K, is related to what common vegetable?
Onion.
A onion is right.
You now have $250.
What now?
90.
90.
What do you call the dish that consists of chunks of lobster removed from the shell and served hot in a creamy, spiced wine sauce? Yum, 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 yum. What do you call the dish that consists of chunks of lobster removed from the shell and served hot in a creamy, spiced wine sauce? Now, you know this.
Let's see.
You know that Heart Fund needs its money.
You know, there's always two things on the menu. One is Thermidor and the other one's the other one, which I don't like, so I never order.
Well, what is it?
Oh, gosh, what do they call that? Lobster, I know the audience is dying to tell me.
I'd like to tell you, too, huh? Well, you'll kick yourself when you hear it. It's lobster Newburg.
Newburg, yes.
Well, you still have $125.
Well, now you still got a ways to go.
$100?
$100?
The $100.
All right, the kumquat is related to what fruit?
I would say the citrus family, the
Yeah,
orange.
all right, orange. That's close enough. With the hot
And you wind up with $225. Nacho, here are the two couples tied for the chance at the $1,000 question. Each couple will write down his answer on one of these cards. If they all get it right, they will split the money between them.
Are you ready? In Homer's Odyssey, Ulysses had to sail between two sea monsters. Actually, they're a rock and a whirlpool that still remain hazards to navigation in the Straits of Messina. For $1,000, what were the names of these two sea monsters?
Sorry, time's up. Start with Dr. Demendenti here.
You have nothing, huh?
That's right.
No, that's certainly not right. Huh? And you have nothing. So, nobody wins the money, but the answer is Scylla and Charybdis. So that means the big question next week will be worth $1,500. Well, you lost the big money, but how much did they win the quiz, George?
Well, each won $440 in the quiz.
Well, thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
This is George Fenneman signing off with a reminder from the National Safety Council. September is Child Safety Month. So parents, teach them to cross at corners.